back. We're jumping into Genesis today. This is something I've been looking forward to. Yesterday was our last day with Mark. We were at 15 and 16. Today we're jumping into Genesis 1. Chapter 1, verse 1, the very beginning of the Bible, where it all began. I'm excited. I like looking into the foundation and the origin story of stuff. So that was cool. This is going to be cool. All right, guys. Let's get it up here. Let's make that bigger. All right, here we go. Genesis chapter 1.
The first book of Moses, called Genesis.
First book of Moses. All right. Right before it even starts, do we know for sure that Moses wrote the first 5 books of the Bible? Let me know if you guys know.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters.
Okay. I'm going to be pausing a lot. All right? Just so we know. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. All right. So we know what the earth is. Okay? What is considered the heavens? Is the heavens just our atmosphere or beyond that? Okay? And how much beyond is considered the heavens, right? So essentially what I'm asking here is, in the beginning, is that the creation of the universe and the earth? All right. So the earth was without form. What does that mean? What does without form mean? Hey, let me read this here, the Bible. Let's see what it says. The commentary in my Bible. All right, it says chapter 1 verse 1. In the beginning is a thesis statement which can be paraphrased. Here is the history of God's creation of the heavens and the earth. Also, I want to point out, whenever I read these commentaries, they're just that. They're commentary. There's someone else's take on it, trying to explain it, right? But if we have a different opinion based off what we're reading here, that's completely fine, because the commentary is someone else's interpretation as well, right? I mean, they're obviously studied and learned it and have focused on this for quite a while, but it's still somebody else's opinion, right? You can interpret God's word in the way that you think, and you might start a whole new revolution. Who knows? All right, so in the beginning is a thesis statement which can be paraphrased here. Here is this history of God's creation and the heavens and the earth. I stumbled through that sentence. The focus is on the creation of the material world, the heavens and the earth. God. This standard Hebrew term for deity, Elohim, is in the form called the plural of majesty or plural of intensity. In contrast to the ordinary plural gods, this plural means the fullness of deity or God, very God. So this is like up top, number 1, like the most godly word you can use for God, Elohim, right? Is in the form called the plural. Wait, hold up, my brothers. This standard Hebrew term for deity, Elohim, is in the form called the plural of majesty or the plural of intensity, in contrast to the ordinary plural, gods. This plural means the fullness of deity. Okay, so it's the plural form of God, but it doesn't mean multiple gods. It means the fullness of God, the fullness of the deity. So it's like like gods would be spread out, right? But this is not the spreading out of multiple gods. This is the spreading out. This is they're trying to describe the vastness of this one God, right? I need to drink some water. Okay. Even though the word of God is plural, the verb for created is singular. It means to fashion anew, which makes sense because he's creating one thing, his creation, right? Wait. No. What am I saying? Yeah. That is what I'm saying. To fashion anew. Wait. How do you have a I guess that's in the Hebrew language. I was going to ask, how do you have a verb that's singular? Right? Does that mean like because God is only one God, that's why he created and the created is singular? Versus it's not the fact that he's creating multiple things or singular things or one thing. It's that the amount of people who created it is one, not many. This oft used word in the Bible always has God as its subject. Here, it means that God renewed what was in a chaotic state. God changed chaos into cosmos, disorder into order, emptiness into fullness. The heavens and the earth mean all of creation or the cosmos. Again, that's their interpretation. The word, and see, it's not emptiness, right? Because it says the earth was without, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Period. So was it in the beginning, the earth was without form and void and darkness was on the face of the deep? Or was it in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, period? Finished the creation of heavens and the earth. Then after that, the earth was without form and void and darkness. Right? What I'm saying is this creation of the heavens and the earth, the creation of the earth that we know, and the earth was without form, was already in place in the beginning? No, I don't think so, because the rest of the creation is forming the earth into what we know. Right? So God created the earth, and after he created it, the state it was in was without form. What does that really mean? And void, there is nothing on it. And darkness was on the face of the deep. What is the deep? The oceans, I'm assuming, right? Let's see their commentary for verse 2. The two words without form, void, express one concept, chaos. I don't agree. Chaos does not mean without form and void. There needs to be something there for chaos to occur. I do not agree with that. But let's see what they have to say. The earth has been reduced to this state. Jeremiah 4:23. It was not the way God had first created it. Hold up. Isaiah 45:18. Okay, is Jeremiah 4:23 talking about the state that the earth is currently in that writing? And it was not that way when God first created it, Isaiah 45:18? Or are they talking about Genesis? Hey, you want to know what? Let's go and look at Jeremiah 4:23 real quick. This is another benefit of doing this. I need to get familiar with the Bible, where the books are. I mean, I have an idea for a decent amount of them, a good amount of them. Here we go, Jeremiah chapter 4. Verse 23. I beheld the earth, and indeed it was without form and void, and the heavens they had no light. Who is saying this? Oh, we're gonna be in for a treat when we get to Jeremiah. The earth had been reduced to this state from what? No. Jeremiah 4:23. Jeremiah 4:23. And I beheld the earth, and indeed it was without form and void, and the heavens had no light. All right. I don't agree with the commentary again, based off what I'm reading. The earth had been reduced to this state. Reduced from what? That was the state. All right, let's go to Isaiah 45:18. Right? Am I missing something here? I do not know. Let's go to Isaiah 45:18. Isaiah 45:18. For thus says the Lord, who created the heavens, who is God, who formed the earth and made it, who established it, who did not create it in vain, who formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, and there is no other. Again, where is the indication that it was reduced to this state? It had been reduced to this state. I don't agree with that commentary. Darkness is a potent biblical symbol of evil and wrong. Or it could be it was actually dark. The deep is a term for the secret places of the waters. The secret places for the waters. This term sounds enough like the name of the Babylonian goddess Tiamat to remind the ancient reader of the Babylonian story of creation, to which the story stands in dramatic contrast. Okay, let's read that again. The deep is a term for the secret place of the waters. Why is it a secret place? It says, check out chapter 7, verse 11. So we'll get to that later on. This term sounds enough like the name of the Babylonian goddess Tiamat. What does Tiamat mean? Bro, I told you, Genesis is going to be crazy, okay? We have a lot to look into with Genesis. Tiamat. Forgotten realm. There's some dragon named Tiamat. In Mesopotamian religion, Tiamat is a primordial goddess of the sea, mating with Abzu. I played that game in PS4. The god of the groundwater, to produce younger gods. Then God said, all right, wait, hold up. All right, so the deep is a term for the, read that. But to remind the ancient reader of the Babylonian story. To which the story stands in dramatic contrast. Okay, let me see something real quick. Wait. How old is this Tiamat? How old did this go back to? Mythology, I know it's an ancient Babylonian, in Mesopotamian religion. Okay, so it's crazy old. 18th century BCE. I know I'm using Wikipedia. Forgive me. Tiamat age. Time period, I guess. Babylonian but it's not even the Babylonian Empire. It's before that, most likely. 1894 BC. Yeah, this is not okay. That's gonna take a little bit of time. I just wanted to find the timeline. Basically, what I was trying to do was, like, what is the time difference between Egypt when Moses was there versus versus Babylon, and apparently this is a Mesopotamian religion, right, where Tiamat was from. I wanted to find the time difference between that, the establishment of Tiamat and their religion, and when Moses wrote this. Right? Judge, yeah. All right. Okay. All these images together portray chaos, disaster, and devastation. Do not agree. For this portrait of utter ruin, God brought an orderly creation. Do not agree at all. I do not see that. I do not see God bringing order out of chaos. I do not see that. I see God creating. That's it. I do not see chaos anywhere here. What I'm thinking they're trying to do is justify the Big Bang in this commentary. Therefore, there needs to be chaos, and God is bringing order out of chaos. And the way God did that is, what science tells us, is the Big Bang. I do not see chaos written here at all. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I don't see it. All these images together portray chaos, disaster, and devastation. God brought an orderly creation. The Spirit of God was hovering like a mother stork might hover over her nest, a portent of life to come from the dark, murky depths of the chaos below. All right, let's get back to it.
The Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said,
"Let there be light."
And there was light. And God saw the light.
I could pause it right now
that
and
it was
talk.
good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day.
I'm pausing it. All right. I mean, okay, let me touch on this also. You know notice how it says, so the evening and the morning were the first day, right? The day is being calculated by, the definition of a day is determined by the presence of light, right? The moon hasn't been created yet. In fact, the sun hasn't been created yet. We'll get into that also. But the moon hasn't been created yet. We were watching... I didn't even put the video up yet. But I recorded a video regarding the lunar Sabbath and how the lunar calendar was is focused on reliant on the moon cycle to determine the days of Sabbath. Yeah, check that video out when I put it up. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that, but I can't really because I didn't even put the video up yet. All right, but yeah. Notice God says, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So light and darkness are existing without the sun or the moon. Because we know that God's going to create the sun, moon, and stars later on, right? Anybody got an explanation? Let's see if this Bible, who doesn't really have good explanations, let's see what their explanation is. Let there be light. These words express a principal theme of the Bible, God bringing light into the darkness. Here God produced physical light. In the New Testament records, God sending his Son to be the light of the world. In the end, there will no longer be any darkness at all. God said it, and it was done. There was light. His command caused reality. All right, so they're not touching it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see their explanation for verse 5. Day, night. The naming of these elements of creation is marked by God's sovereignty. In the thinking of the peoples of the ancient Middle East, naming something was a mark of power or lordship. For them, names were not merely labels but descriptions with the same force to them. Since the sun was not created yet, they are touching on it. The first day is ambiguous. Some say that the 7 days is literally frame on which the story of creation is draped. What is the 7 days? Some say that the 7 days is a literally frame, is a literary frame on which the story of creation is draped. Others argue for a strict pattern of 724 days. Okay. I always taught that it was a literal 7 days, right? But I had learned about this theory years ago that, all right, so apparently when you look back in time compresses, right? Kind of like when you look off into the distance, things seem smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as you move forward. That's the law of perspective, right? So God is revealing his creation story to Moses, who wrote it, right? Moses is looking back through time as God shows him. And as he's looking back, time is compressing. Therefore, the very first part, as further you go back to the beginning of creation, right? Time is going to compress significantly more than it is up here. Therefore, each of those 7 days is actually significantly more, right? Millions and millions and millions and millions, billions of years, right? That's how some people would justify the Big Bang and evolution and all of that, right? I mean, that's just someone's thought. I don't even remember whose theory that was. But let me remind you guys, the sun and the moon has not even been created yet. And God says, so the evening and the morning were the first day. Right? Unless you have the sun up for 1 million years consistently and then down again. I mean, wait, hold up. There's no sun. Right? So that theory, honestly, in my opinion, doesn't make much sense. Because then the days preceding creation, why didn't each day of creation get longer than the first day? And all the days preceding, the day should have gotten increasingly longer in Moses' perspective, right? So yeah, I feel like that's a bit out there. All right, let's keep going.
Evening and the morning were the first day.
Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
Thus God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so.
Y'all ready? Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. So there's water above heaven. There's water above the firmament, and there's water below the firmament, right? Let's see what this Bible has to explain. In biblical usage, the term firmament means heaven. Literally, it means something stretched out, like hammered metal. So you have something stretched out like hammered metal and is dividing water. All right? Divided by the waters, the notion of upper and lower waters is somewhat mysterious. Somewhat mysterious. Is it mysterious? I don't know. Mysterious to us. Was it mysterious to Moses and the people back then? I don't know. The language may simply refer to waters gathered in a liquid state and to moisture in the atmosphere. Here again, may. He said may. They said may, right? But then they're trying to interpret the Bible from their worldview. The notion of upper and lower waters is somewhat mysterious. The language may simply refer to waters in a liquid state and to moisture in the atmosphere. The division of the waters is another of God's acts and bringing order out of disorder. Where's the disorder? Honestly, I do not see it. But let me show you this. Here's where things get very interesting. Bum, bum, bum. Hebrew Cosmology. Is that a good picture? Why does it have all the whatever? Come on, man. Is there a better picture here? I need a good picture. This is Hebrew Cosmology. Okay? You have the earth, right? You have the firmament, which divided the waters above the firmament with the waters below the firmament, right? And God set up right up here. We didn't get to the sun, moon, and stars. Let's get there first and see how it fits. Right? Because firmament is literally means something stretched out like hammered metal. What is the word for firmament in Hebrew? Whatever. We can look up the meaning. We'll just trust this for now. I think it says rakia is firmament. And that means something stretched out. Which is, I don't want to say it because people think it's crazy, but I mean, it is crazy. Like a dome stretched out over us, separating the waters above from the waters below. That is what the ancient Hebrews believed. Funny enough, I learned that when Tolkien created Arda, it had a dome in the water. I think it had waters above, waters below too. I don't know. And Tolkien's a devout Christian, so that's cool.
And God called the firmament Heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day.
Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together in one place, and let the dry land appear.
And it was so.
So what day is that? 1,
And
2,
God
3.
called the dry land Earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good.
Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth.
Well, this is going to be a pattern here. And the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind. God finds this very important. Like in the story of Noah.
And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day.
Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens.
Pause. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens. All right, let's just finish.
To
Let me finish
divide the
sentence.
day from the night,
To divide
and
the
let
day
them
from the
be
night.
for signs and seasons, and for days and years.
Pause. Let them be for signs and seasons, for days and years. Right? What is he talking about? The lights in the heaven, in the firmament. He's talking about the sun and the moon, the stars, and all of that. Right? And they're in the firmament. Right? If the firmament is something that is dividing the waters above and the waters below, are these lights in the sky, are they inside the firmament, like literally inside of it, inside of that division, or are they inside, like within it, inside the firmament? Like we're in a snow globe and the lights are inside of it, not, or are they in the glass? Is what I'm trying to say. Are they in the, here's a snow globe. We're on inside of a snow globe, right? Are the lights within the glass, or are they literally in the glass? Right? That's what I'm asking. This model said they believed that the sun, moon, and stars were within the firmament. Let's look at any other picture. Bum, 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 bum. The vault of heaven, they're in the firmament, the dwelling of God. Is that the same thing? The firmament with the stars. See, here's the ocean of heaven, heaven of heavens. Right? So all these biblical cosmology, right? It's so small. They're saying, oh, that's a cool looking picture. Yeah, that's cool looking. This looks like some fantasy art. But yeah, so the firmament with the stars. So all of them are saying stars, sun, moon, within the firmament. But what do you guys think? Do you think it could be in the glass of the snow globe or inside the glass of the snow globe? What do you guys think?
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens, to give light on the earth.
And it was so. Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser
sun.
light to rule the night.
The moon.
He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth.
Oh, okay. So he first made some lights, right? Or let there be, or is he just explaining? Then God. Okay, we see. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. Let them be for signs and seasons, for days and years, and let them be lights in the firmament of the heavens, to give light on the earth. And it was so. Then God made two great lights. I'm confused. God created light on the first day. There is already light and darkness. Or is there not light and darkness on earth, but the idea of light and darkness exists? What do you guys think? Because he did say for the evening, so the evening and the morning were the whatever day, right? So he's talking about on earth, we're having evening and morning. I'd say on earth, there's evening and morning, blah, blah, blah day. We've been having evening and morning, right? And evening and morning is dictated by the presence of light. However, over here in the fourth day, it says, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. Okay, we already have a day and night established, right? These lights are just there to divide the day and the day and the night, right? To differentiate. Let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years. Okay, so we know that, right? We know we can the sky is the clock. Like, I mean, we use it for navigation, for, all that stuff. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so. I thought we already had light on the earth, right? For lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. Is this additional light? Or was there no light prior to this? But there was light. God said, let there be light. And we're having evening and morning every single day. Right? So I am assuming that then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser night to rule the night. Right? So the greater light is ruling the day and the lesser night is ruling the night. Right? The lesser night, okay, let's say a king is ruling their kingdom. The king does not create their kingdom. The kingdom exists separate from the king. The king is just ruling the kingdom. That would explain my dilemma here. Right? That the greater light is not causing day. The lesser night is not causing night. The greater light is simply ruling the day. And the lesser light is simply ruling the night. So day and night exist as per the first day. And then let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. However, they're giving light as well. So we have day, which is light. And then we have the greater light and all these other lights, which are giving light on the earth. So, which also makes sense, right? Because the absence of light is darkness, right? And you have the lesser light to rule the night, which is also giving light on the earth. Okay? Lesser light is the moon, which is giving light on the earth. Okay? So we have to differentiate light from the first day versus light from this day, the fourth day. Greater light, lesser light. And he made stars also.
And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Okay.
Over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Okay. We already went over that. To divide the light from the darkness, right? To differentiate between the two. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. Because otherwise, divide the light from the darkness, because the light and the darkness already existed. They bled into each other. Therefore, you have these lights to divide them, to create some differentiation. I'm guessing that's what it's meaning. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Let's see what this Bible has to say. The creation of the sun, moon, and stars is described in general terms in these verses. 16 to 18, yeah, spell out the details. Lights in the firmament are luminaries, objects that shine. They produce the division between the day and the night, signs and seasons. Some have mistakenly viewed these words as a biblical basis for astrology. Okay, yeah, because that's what astrology is, right? Looking at the stars, the constellations, to determine different happenings in the world. Apparently, the really, really, really rich people of the earth follow astrology and do like business deals based off of different times and whatnot. I don't know if that's true. The signs in this case relate to phases of the moon and the relative positions of the stars that mark the passage of time from the vantage point of the earth. The two words form a pair that may be translated seasonal signs. Let's go to 16. The term for lights can mean luminaries. The word can either designate the sun, which emits light, or the moon, which reflects light. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, right? He made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. From what I'm reading, there are two lights, and they both give off light. It's not saying there's one light and one reflectory material that reflects one light. No, there's a greater light and then there's a lesser light. That's what I'm reading. What do you guys think also down below? Let me know. And the term for lights can mean luminaries, blah, blah, blah. We read that. Which emit light, and the moon, which reflects light. He made stars also. Because you got to think about it. Hebrew cosmology, I'm pretty sure they didn't think the moon was reflecting any light. They just saw it up. They just saw it up there, and that's a light. This is a remarkable statement. In the ancient Middle East, other religions worshipped, deified, and mystified the stars. Israel's neighbors revered the stars and looked to them for guidance. In contrast, the biblical creation story gives the stars only the barest mention, as though the writer shrugged and said, "Oh, and yeah, he also made the stars." Such a statement showed great contempt for ancient Babylonian astrology. God set them. Interestingly, the sun and moon are not named here, though they are clearly intended. God set them in the firmament. So that could also mean like he set them in it. They're in the glass of the snow globe. What do you guys think? The principal issue throughout the verses is that God alone is in control. The verb created is the same one used in verse 1. According to its kind, suggests the ability. Okay, we don't need to read all of this stuff, right? I jumped ahead actually. All right, let's continue.
So the evening and the morning were the fourth
day.
Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens.
So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind.
Oh, snap! I completely forgot about doing this. Douche, 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 douche. People are going to be watching this and being like, what is going on? We're not reading Mark. Genesis 1. Honestly, dude, guys, I don't think we're going to... I was planning on reading Genesis 1 to 4, maybe. But... I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that is going to happen. Not at all. Look, we're all... Oh, no. We're already at 48 minutes. So, yeah, I don't think we're... yeah, I think we're just reading Genesis 1 today. We're going to have to catch up on some other days.
And every winged bird, creatures, and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind.
Right? No mixed breeding here. Everything is according to their kind. Interspecies, I mean.
And every winged bird, according to...
Or not even interspecies, right? Because you can multiple, like a dog, because that's its kind. You can mate a poodle and a golden retriever. They're both dogs. They're of the same kind. But you can't mate a dog and a cat. That's wrong.
Its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them.
Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth.
So the evening and the morning were the fifth day.
Why did God specifically say birds? So God created great sea creatures, every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good, and God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds multiply the earth." Oh, okay, never mind.
Let the earth bring forth.
I thought he was like birds. He's specifically talking about birds and nothing else. But I mean, he said sea creatures up there, and then he was just continuing talking about sea creatures, and then said birds.
The living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth, each according to its kind.
And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good.
Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth.
So God created man.
Hold up.
The earth, the bird like let
And everything that creeps on the earth.
And God saw that it was good. Where is that? What verse is that? 25, right? And God saw that it was good. Oh, okay. He said, so the evening and the morning were the fifth day. I was looking for that.
According to its kind. And God saw that it was good.
Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness.
But see, I don't get that.
Sleeps on the earth.
All right. So let the waters, blah, blah, blah. He created the fish in the sea and the birds in the air on the fifth day. Right? Okay, so on the sixth day he created... Okay, I thought that on the sixth day he created only man, but apparently he created the animals and man. Okay.
According to
beasts
its
on the
kind.
earth.
And God saw that
cattle.
it was good.
Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them.
Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food. Also, to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food.
And it was so. Then God saw everything that he had made.
I know this guy's voice.
And
the narrator's
indeed,
voice.
it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day.
All right. That was it. Chapter 1. 54 minutes. We've been in here for an hour. Yeah, we're not reading anymore. Oh, shoot. I put the wrong bookmark. But yeah. That was good. We're going to stop there. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Genesis has a lot to unpack. There's so much going on. And there's so many different interpretations, which is why I'm just trying to go the most true to what I'm reading as possible, right? And true to it's true to what they believed also. Well, honestly, I shouldn't even do that. I should well, maybe I should, because God himself didn't come down and write this, right? Moses did write it, and he was inspired by God, but he wrote it, so it is what he well, I don't know, that's getting into tricky territory, but you know what, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read it as truthfully as I can. Okay, so if you guys find that I'm having like a wrongful interpretation, let me know down in the comment section. I'm just going off what I'm seeing on the page, and that's it, right? Because I know this creation story is very different than what we're taught in school, right? Especially with this. Because according to this, you have the sun, the moon, and the stars within an Earth system. They're not up here in space, because you know what is space? It's the water. So, hey, let's read what this says actually. They viewed the sky as a vault resting on foundations, perhaps mountains, with doors and windows that let rain in. God dwelt above the sky, hidden in the clouds and majesty, right? Because in the story of Noah, the vaults, the windows of heaven were opened and water came down. The world was viewed as a disk floating on the waters, secured or moored by pillars. The earth was the only known domain. The realm beyond it was considered unknowable. What does moored mean? I mean, the Bible says the foundations of the earth. How is it floating if there's a foundation? Simple past tense and participle of moor. Oh, thank you. A mooring refers to any permanent structure to which a vessel may be secured. Okay. The underworld, Sheol, was a watery or dusty prison from which no one returned. Regarded as a physical place beneath the earth, it could be reached only through death. Where does this all come from? So the Jews believed in an afterlife, where like a Hades, where you go down after you die. But then Jesus himself says when you're dead, you're just sleeping. Right? We're waiting for him to come return. So again, this is how the Jews interpreted what we're reading. So I want to know what Moses was thinking when he wrote it. You know what I mean? I want to know what Moses was thinking. What was I going to look up here? The foundations of the earth. The foundations of the heavens? The foundations of the earth? How is it floating? Right? Because in the Bible, God said, then let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. Why is the dry land appearing? Because the waters are being gathered to one place. And the ground is underneath it. Right? As we know, under the ocean. So this person saying that the earth is floating on water, I don't think the Jews believed this. Where is it? This, where is it? The world was viewed as a disk floating on the waters. I don't think so, because the Bible does not say that at all. The Bible says, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry lands appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. So, yeah, the earth was not floating on water. The earth was under the water. And God just moved the water and revealed the earth. Man, what did I tell you? I told you there's going to be a lot of pausing over here. A lot of pausing. Let me know if you want to go back and revisit any of these topics, because I know there's a lot. There's a lot to cover. And if you have your own interpretations of what we read, let me know down in the comments section. If you know others' interpretations of what we said that you think are well informed and biblically accurate, and they have good intentions, and let me know. Put them down in the comment section. I'd be happy to check them out. Yeah, I want to know your thoughts. What are you thinking? So that's it. Yeah, man. I was thinking we're gonna go longer and do multiple chapters of Genesis, but no, we spent a lot of time on Genesis 1, chapter 1. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Tomorrow we'll jump into chapter 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had fun reading it. It was cool. It's like the mythology, the ancient mythology of the earth, and tales of old. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Genesis chapter 2. Hope you guys have a good one. I'm going to get some food. I haven't eaten all day. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Take care.